Dear viewers, it is proposed to give a series of talks, all short talks, about various things, and under the heading Differential Thinking. The title itself is slightly baffling. The idea is to make things clear. Differential thinkings, which involves divergent thinking as well as convergent thinking. The purpose of such a talk is to throw light on a known subject, but giving us a new perception. Our perception becomes new. That is the idea of the series of talks. In the beginning, let me begin with a question my grandson asked. He put a simple question: what is eternity? I did not straight away give him an answer. I just asked him back what the teacher said in the class. And he said, it is timelessness. It has no beginning or ending. That is called eternity. So what do you think of it? How do you imagine eternity could be? Normally, people would believe that or visualize eternity which has neither beginning nor end as a straight line. A line ought to have a beginning and it ought to have an ending. But here, in this case, eternity, there is neither a beginning nor an ending, and therefore our understanding of eternity is linear. It is almost like a straight line drawn. Therefore, we get confused. How can there be a line without a beginning or ending? Now, I gave him the explanation that eternity is, or it is to be considered as circular. A circle has no beginning or ending. It cannot be traced. It is a circle. It is cyclic. Therefore, eternity is cyclic. This is the explanation I gave to him. Then he came up with the second question: what is a constellation? I told him straight away, the word comes from stella. Stella means star. So constellation is a group of stars which always retain their position. In the collective group, they always retain the same position, and there has not been any change in the position. If there are 5 or 6 stars constituting a constellation, it has been so 10,000 years ago, 20,000 years ago, and even hundreds of years from now. There won't be any change. That is why we find various zodiacal signs based on astronomical structures are understood both in the West and in the East as same figures. For instance, fish or Leo or crab, Sagittarius, and so on and so forth. For everybody in the West and in the East, they were able to see a set of stars not changing their positions. Now our question begins. What would happen? We have an imaginary picture, stars studded in the sky, giving us a kind of a figure. What would happen if we could travel, or if we could go around the constellation? It is not possible to go around the constellation. Imagine you go very fast and reach 1/4 of the constellation's side. You will not find the constellation. The stars would be there, but they would be differently thrown at different places. They cannot constitute one unit. If you go further beyond, it's only imaginary journey. If you go further beyond, you will not be able to recognize anything at all, because each star is located at a great distance, and therefore what do we gather from this is that constellation or the positions of stars, the astronomical orbs, they are all two dimensional for human perception. We see the breadth and width of the planetary positions. So it is something strange. What we have been seeing all along is only two dimensional, and the third dimension is not visible to us. If we could go around, we will not be able to find the same constellation or in the same position. This is almost like what Einstein began to say in astrophysics. The words here and now, these two words have no meaning, they have no function. So, after having discussed this point, I believe our viewers, listeners would have a different perspective of things. What we thought was constant is not constant. They are changing, but we are not able to see them at all. So, we have thrown a new light on this aspect. We will meet again on another topic.